Romance, gossip, fashion, whispers, rumors. Your inside guide to what's hot in the house. The Hot House.
Woo! Hello Australia and welcome to the Hot House. We are your inside guide to all things hot in the house. Join us as we talk romance, gossip, fashion and more. Today, as usual, I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, Stacey.
Why, thank you, Benjamin. Thank you so much. Welcome to Hot House. And speaking of, you are making me sweat right now. Look at that pleather jacket you're wearing.
Love
it's
a bit of
totes
pleather.
hot. Totes hot. Hi, guys. Welcome to today's little sessione.
Thank you. So now let's get straight into our first Hot House segment, Fashion Bashin'. This is a segment where we tell you what's hot and what's not. This season in the Big Brother house, let's frame up Angie first. What style is she running, Stacey, and is it working?
Look, I mean, Angie. It's safe to say that she really is going for the typical GC Barbie look. Am I right here, Ben?
I think it's typical GC, but I think there's a bit of an edge to it, and I think it's the blonde bombshell tour. Like I can see her grabbing onto a few of our favourite Australian icons, like there's a bit of Kylie Minogue in there.
Yeah, but definitely sort of the Kylie that shopped at Supre before Louis Vuitton, am I right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Early days
Yeah.
Kylie before Michael Hutchins.
Post Hutchins, I think. I think she went through a bit of a little jiggle wiggle after the Hutchins thing and made that terrible album, and now she sort of starts wearing nice clothes again.
Well, Stacey, I don't think we can
Too
actually
early
say
for that?
No, well, I don't think there was a bad album by Kylie.
Oh, well, next.
Point of difference. Anyways, well, let's move on to one of our other fashionistas, Bradley. What do you think about Bradley?
Now, at first, I think that he sort of threw me off a little bit, literally over the ledge with his Dark Knight merchandise shirts, but I'm kind of digging the hot nerd look.
I don't know, like I've always been a little bit partial to the hot nerd look, but I think that it's all about the way in which you carry the clothing. And I'm finding the more he's at the gym and the more he works out, the more we start seeing that boyish frame turning into a man. And
The tries and the buys. It's all about the tries and the buys.
Exactly, and I'm thinking, you know, these Batman clothes have become more fashionable and more impressive by the day as his body takes shape.
You know what, I'm right on you with that. I just, at one with him with that, and I just, it gets me really excited, and right now talking about it, I'm feeling kind of funny. So
Really?
let's go to Layla.
Okay, so with Layla, obviously we know that she's come from England with that accent, and I think she's definitely brought some of the bigger brands, and she carries herself in a particular way that, as far as I'm concerned, she could be wearing those very well-known gowns that even maybe the Middleton sisters wear.
Definitely. I think that she's the Beyonce that we never had here in Australia, and I think that we need to grab her with both hands, wearing gloves or not.
Well, I admit, any dress that she's rocked in the house, I've wished to have donned myself.
Especially that Gossing Girls number that Zoe put together.
Incredible. She can
just-
wear anything.
The English rose effect, I think, is a real hot trend this summer, and I think that Layla's rocking that so well.
Exactly. Now we're moving along to Joshua. Joshie. Now, I find this beach attire that he has to be a little bit mundane. Like, he's an attractive guy, and yes, he could probably get away with wearing anything. But
Just to butt in there, I don't think he actually does wear anything but his underpants constantly. Like, does he have another pair?
well, I basically see the common pair of underpant on a daily basis. I probably would like to spruce it up a bit more with a jockey strap, maybe.
Yeah, a jock strap, maybe a nice low sensible wedge upon the cusp of the buttocks might suit him a little bit better, perhaps.
I think it's just about framing his body. Look, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to have to say he could pretty much get away with continuing to wear these underpants, but
I just think that he's really missing one key thing for that sort of whole, surfer slash skater slash, rock look is the shark tooth necklace with the leather band. I just think that, that's a real key thing in the surfer safari. And if I don't understand why he didn't arrive into the Big Brother house in a panel van.
I just think it's all about it's accessories to me. Accessorise this, accessorise that.
I'd like to accessorise you.
I think, I'd like to see that. Anyway, moving along quite nicely to Ava. She's our newest recruit in the house, and I think she's brought a new flavour of girls' clothing. Unfortunately, with such a petite frame, you know, she hasn't been able to share some of these clothing.
No, and I have asked her, you know, in the style of the Craig David song, you know, tell me what's your Ava. And she's been wearing some really, really nice stuff, and I always ask her, you know, what's your flavour? She's very Melbourne chic. She was wearing a beautiful By Johnny dress on into the house, which really fluffed my feathers personally. Pity that dress probably only covers one of my legs. So, you know, I'm really, really envy of her wardrobe, and I really want to give it a crack. Like, maybe I might steal something. Who knows?
I'd love to see her in pretty much all of her clothes. Very much the fashionista.
Totes.
Now we're talking about Zoe. Look, she's come from the country.
Thank you.
So we're talking about Zoe. She's come from the country. What I really like about Zoe is as soon as I saw her, I thought, okay, typical country girl. But what I've loved about her through as she's evolved in the house is how girly she's willing to be. With the makeup and the clothes, always staying true to that country side of herself with the boots. But honestly, it's the femininity that she has within her that she's starting to embrace, even with the eyelashes all the way down.
I think Zoe's blossomed the most into her sense of style when she's been in the Big Brother house. Yesterday, I actually watched her, like a creep, put on a maxi, and it was a really beautiful moment in the house. You know, she's dropped a lot of weight. She looks fabulous. She's really, you know, dressing accordingly to her shape. She could put on a pair of $2 shorts and make them look, you know, maybe $2.50. And I think that, you know, she's just really doing so well.
Oh, hang on a sec. So basically we're going to go across to a caller. Would you like to welcome the caller?
Hello, caller.
Hello, it's Ray here, long-time listener, first-time caller. I was just wondering what you thought of that Ray fella. He was looking pretty hot and schmick last night. Wouldn't mind getting me a pair.
Well, can I just say, Ray, is it?
That's exactly right.
Razor.
I think, you know...
Razor, sorry. This is Ray.
Yeah,
it's definitely not Stingray, just to confirm.
No, not at all. No Stingrays here.
Well, look, I think Razor. I think from what we've seen from Ray while he was in the house is that, you know, he was very fashionable. He was very on topic. He was a breath of fresh air in the house while some of the other boys.
And also quite the gorilla, may I just add?
Yeah, I think he was adding some fashion, some sense, and some style.
I mean, other girls.
It was viral. It just spread through everybody, didn't it?
Absolutely, you little gas bag, Ray.
And as far as I'm concerned,
wouldn't mind getting me a piece of that. I tell you what.
As far as
I've got the leftover wax strips if you want to have a little snack. Yeah.
Now, talking my language.
Now, Ray, I think what was really brought to this house by this particular person we're talking about today was the ability to help the males in the house frame themselves. The solid frame that you've been able to build, that was able to be built, was incredible. And I just think, you know, George in particular, Bradley, including myself, have just been rocking some numbers in this house, all based on the influence that was brought into the house by Ray Dog.
Would you say this Ray fellow is somewhat a trendsetter, and people have probably got to follow suit in how he does his ways?
Well,
absolutely. I think that Ray, you know, he's a very shirts off for festivals kind of guy, and you know, I'm sure he's going to look good now that he's hairless and fearless. So,
do you think maybe they'll start changing these rules about the no shirts off at festivals? Has he paved the way for this success?
Look, I think that there's a long way to go for that because it's just an overall rule that I'm not ready to crack. Benjamin, what are your top line thoughts?
As far as I'm concerned, orange singlet is what stays in my mind. It was the last thing that I saw Ray wearing, and I think that there's going to be millions of Australians heading off to those festivals, rocking the orange number, but also waiting for that final song to bust that shirt off and show those
little peccaroons, the tries and buys. And Ray, just a little hot tip on the colour orange. It actually makes people hungry. So
it was Ray that brought in ginger rather than Mikey in the end. Is that right?
I think you just brought in I think it was Ray just really brought in a hunger for the male.
Tom Cruise, all the right moves.
I'm thinking Tom Cruise, all of the good movies, none of the bad ones, but just a particular flavour that I thought was refreshing in the house. Style onto itself, like unique to itself.
Just really unique with a capital U. Great. So, where were we? We were at Zoe.
Okay, so we're going to continue on. Thanks for that call. So anyway, we're talking about Zoe. We were just finishing up on talking about her particular style and how well that suited her. But I think we're moving on to Estelle. Now, Estelle, as far as I'm concerned, has many facets to her personality, and I think she reflects that. She can be anything from Malibu Barbie all the way down to
Crazy hobo Estelle.
Crazy hobo Estelle. But what always seems to shock me is the level which she will go. Like, is she wearing that dress with no bra, no panties?
No bra, no panties. Or is she, a basketball player that stole someone's, the Hornets or Chicago Bulls or whoever, that little thing that she's wearing,
Or
what
is
it?
she
Is she
a
a b-ball
gangster?
superstar? Is that what she's hiding?
I actually would go as far as saying that she is our Barbie of the house, rocking any particular
Totes.
style. And I think, onto her, she pulls off some of these numbers quite amazingly.
Yeah, but the lavender upon the ear, Ben, can you tell me where you see that fit in terms of style and look and feel?
Well, I guess that is...
Like your shirt, perhaps?
Well, yeah, I think this is my theme for the day, is a bit of Estelle within me. But I find the lavender is a fantastic accessory. Okay, so we're talking about Michael and Michael's particular style. Now, he's brought nothing to the house.
So he wears everyone else, which I think is a really good move of Michael's.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it shows his ability to adapt to the different housemates in here.
Benjamin, I might just start off with you. I think that you've really, obviously you're kicking the pleather feel with a bit of, lavender pleather and a bit of gold. I just think that you can't go wrong with that. Let's just go back on to me.
Alrighty then, well, I think while we're talking about Stacey, Racy Stacey, and the numbers that she wears, I think, Stace, the thing about you is that you can go, let's put on a red dress and own it and go for that Zooey Deschanel look. And then I can turn around and in a second I get a bit of a zoom. And I think the ability to range from those particular styles is incredible. And I look forward to every day busting out a new onesie or maybe a new dress and some new shoes. And
Double animal is actually my hot tip for the summer.
Sensible
leopard
O'Neill.
upon leopard upon snake upon leopard upon, a bit of camel on the head.
Amazing. Look, anyway, thank you very much for that, Stacey, for insight on that segment.